What up, you weirdos? Dave here, and I like knives. Here to talk to you about the Kershaw Oso Sweet, another budget offering from that company that I just said. We have a blade of 8CR13 MOV steel, glass reinforced nylon with a fish scale patterning. Hopefully you can see that. Nice and purdy. And that texturing is on both sides. We have a 3-inch blade, a 4-inch handle, 1¼ inches wide, half an inch deep, and weighs in at about 4 ounces. So this is a very light, mid-size knife. That's what I would call it. Good blade. We've got, it feels like a hollow grind. Very high grind at that until it flats out right about there. Very nicely sharp out of the box. Pointy. It's a good blade. This is excellent. I like it. I'm not as big a fan of this corner. This is an extreme nitpick. I recognize that. I'm not as big a fan of that little bump right there. I would prefer that to be just flattened out. So it would feel more like the handle and the blade. More of a seamless transition. Just a preference for me because I'm weird, I suppose. Great opening. This is like the Clash of mid-range knives. And yes, the Clash is what I use. Gosh. Clash is what I use to judge knives, and this might be as close as I've gotten. Just the sound of it, the feel, the thwack. It's excellent. Right hand clip. So it's tip up. There's a fly in my face. Why is there a fly in my room? This is right hand only, tip down or tip up. Obviously it comes tip down. I changed it to tip up because that's what I prefer. This is the clip that was used on the Kershaw Zing. And this is only the second knife that I've seen that has it. It's very good. Leaves that much exposed. More than I want, but less than on some of their other models. So I will take what I can get. The big spoon sweep looking thing. Half decent clip. Yeah, this is a good blade. I have one major problem with it. I don't like that, and the liner lock. This is a good liner lock, good lockup, good blade centering. My biggest problem is that the lock tends to disappear into the handles. So, as with most knives, I would just prefer that there be more access to that liner. Maybe if the liner lock just didn't have the finger groove here and was just a flat piece right there, so you could have better access to it. This is in no way any kind of a hard use blade. This is definitely a mid-range EDC. So there's, on a hard use knife, I would understand wanting to go for max ergonomics, just to protect your hand from hot spots during hard use. You're not gonna be using this extraordinarily hard, so there's no reason to sacrifice functionality for ergonomics. So that lock should just be a flat piece so that you could have better access to it. Maybe it's just that I have really fat, weirdly shaped thumbs. But as much as I love opening this, I hate closing it almost as much. So those are my two physical issues. My moral issue is more of a metaphysical type deal. This is the Kershaw Oso Sweet. Now, I recognize that is a pun. Oh, so sweet. O-H space S-O space sweet. And this is very, very sweet. However, when you make Oso one word, O-S-O, that is Spanish for bear. The child of a native Spanish speaker, so I am somewhat fluent in Spanish. So when I see the word oso, my immediate thought is bear. And this makes no reference to bears. If these scales were little paw prints, I wouldn't have this question. Man, it wouldn't take the amplitude. It would get close to taking the amplitude spot for my favorite knife in the world. But not even the Kershaw information on their website makes a reference to bears. So why would you name something Oso if you have no intention of referencing bears? That bothers me. Man, am I petty. Weird things bother me, dang it. Kershaw lists this for $40, which I absolutely can see and mostly agree with. I see this, obviously, this part and the lock, they aren't design flaws, but they are meh. So if the two of these weren't problems, absolutely I would support $40. Amazon charges $23, Blade HQ for $25. I got this at Academy for $30. If you can find this for anywhere between $20 and $30, absolutely pick it up. Great knife, great blade. It'll serve you well. There are a dozen reviews that I've read about people saying this is their one and only EDC knife. They've had it for years. It's the only one they want. And I can understand why. It's not mine because I'm weird and buy a lot of knives. But I can understand why this would be. So I love it. This gets the full day of support, except for the Oso. Just call it the Kershaw Suite. Or the Kershaw Oso Suite. Don't make a pun and then not follow through on the pun. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please listen below. Other than that, have a great day.